Hey everybody, Laura St. John here from Strong Confident Living with one of my juiciest broadcasts, hat backwards. This one goes deep because this is about you tapping into internal strength and courage to trust yourself more and doubt yourself less. This is hard, but I'm going to give you 3 steps and strategies that have dramatically changed my life, because this is actually where I get most vulnerable. This is where I have suffered the most throughout things that have held me back from success. It is my own self-doubt. If you can relate and you set up tests for yourself, or you're like, I don't know if this is working, this business thing, this weight loss thing, this healthy thing, this workout thing, am I bulking up? Am I doing it right? Am I eating this right meal plan? Am I doing it right? Or but. This broadcast is for you. So welcome in. This is going to be game changing. Share this broadcast out. Do me a favor. I just spent the last hour, we have a whole production schedule for our 21-day reset. 21 days of changing and transformation of people. And I just spent the last hour literally writing and rewriting my notes on this broadcast until I could feel it in every little part of me. I even shifted this broadcast back 15 minutes because I'm like, I want to feel this one, because this one is so important to me to deliver to you from my heart. And that is my request of you. Please share this out, because if this stuff helped me as deeply as it did, and it can help you, how many other people can we help? That is the point of Strong Confident Living. We are a lifestyle community of fitness, nutrition, and mindset. We take these 3 things, we weave them together. Everyone can be a voice. Everyone's welcome here. It is open, it is public, and it is growing strong. We just went from 700 people 2 years ago to almost 27,000 people we're trying to hit today, because of you sharing you and stepping into you. So thank you for being there with us. All right, I'm gonna get to the juicy stuff, because we're gonna stop testing yourself. We are gonna stop taking on self-doubt and making it part of our everyday life, because those are the barriers to our success. When you can trust more, and what I've recognized in just really analyzing not only myself, but a lot of people that reach success quickly, or what holds people back, or what has held me back, the people who can move themselves away, from self-doubt the quickest, literally take down their barriers to success, their own barriers, which are typically ourselves, right? Stuck in our own way. So I'm going to really help you unstuck yourself from self-doubt with these 3 steps. But I'm going to give you some common examples, because first of all, I just want to share with you that it's normal. Anytime you embark on something, we're in a 21-day reset, and you start saying, is this normal? Gosh, should I be experiencing more weight loss at this point? Or should I be experiencing more this? Or, even in your business, should I be experiencing more growth? Should I be experiencing more of this? Am I doing it right? Is this working? As soon as you hear yourself say that, that is self-doubt creeping in the back door, okay? It is fear and self-doubt. And what happens is the natural next step that our brain wants to do is measure. Okay, we want to measure and say, well, let me test myself, or let me judge what's going on, or let me measure to see if it's working. And what do? We look for an external source. Let me step on the scale, like yesterday's broadcast, and see if it's budged an inch or a pound or this or that, okay? Because I'm not feeling it today. I'm not exactly sure if this is working. So anytime you do anything new in life, that is so normal, okay? But it also then holds you back, because then we look sometimes for this external source, and it just confirms, like we did yesterday with Scale as a Jerk, holy crap, I gained a pound. Maybe it's not working. Shoot, okay? So we're gonna move out of that today, because it's very common to give yourself that physical test, that stepping on the scale or measuring. It's really common to have an emotional test. Let me just put that cake in front of me and test that willpower thing that Laura was talking about. Let me set myself up with an emotional test of can I test myself and not give in? Okay, that is not your true strength. That is not your true strength. That is fear and doubt coming through the back door. Or even a mental test. Let me see if I could crush this cleanse day and da-da-da-da-da. Okay, physical tests, emotional tests, and just mental tests. Those are so common. But we're gonna move in this broadcast from testing yourself to trusting yourself. And I am going to tell you, that if you are looking for an external source to make you feel better or measure yourself, that's going to be a ding, ding, ding moment right now. But we're tapping more. This is week 2. We are tapping more into your strength, your true emotional strength, your power of will, your willpower, your power to choose things that are in line with your goal and your vision for what's possible, what you believe is possible for you when you don't see it in front of yourself right now, or when you're waking up and you're not feeling it today. Okay, we're gonna tap into that strength, and it requires courage. So my first question to you is, if you truly want to change, do you have the courage to say, I'm willing to watch this broadcast and I'm willing to go and experience some levels of change for myself, even when the physical evidence is not in front of me yet? That is true courage. You're committing to yourself before you're seeing the results, and you are believing in yourself into an internal source of, maybe this still does feel good and I have more to give. I know there's more for me, so I'm gonna keep going. So here's the 3 steps, but it all comes from that belief of, and I know it's hard. That's the hardest part, is can I feel it's believable when I'm not feeling it right now? And can I feel it even without seeing the results right now? Can I tap into that belief? So I'm gonna show you how to tap into that belief when you're not feeling it. Okay, so number 1 is being aware of the test. Here's an example. If you are always looking for external sources to test yourself, to see how well you are doing, then you are allowing self-doubt to creep in. You are not coming from a place of belief that my change is possible. I'm starting to not believe. And when I'm starting to not believe, your progress stops. Okay, and that's where you get stuck. So this is to get you unstuck. Number 1 is that awareness. If you can be aware of the test you're giving yourself, and sometimes that test, this was the ding, ding, ding moment for me personally. Sometimes that test I set up for others. It would be like, well, if my husband's bringing home pizza, doesn't he know, my goals are to stay healthy? Granted, I'm sure you've seen in my Simple 6 meal plans, I've eaten a lot of pizza lately, but this is just an example. But if my husband, he'll know that if I'm on track with this healthy lifestyle, I'm gonna see what he brings home from the takeout tonight. Is he gonna bring me home the salad, or is he gonna bring me home the pizza? Let me see. Ding, 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 ding moment. That is just as bad as you saying, I'm gonna see by this physical test I'm gonna give myself by stepping on the scale, whether this external source, whether it's my husband, whether it's someone else, whether it's the scale, whether it's the cake in front of me, I'm gonna test and see whether I am really feeling like I'm on track. Because if you even give it to someone else, what is my husband gonna take home? Then that goes back to you. No, if you are 100% clear on your goals, what happens is, just like yesterday's broadcast, you're gonna start stepping on the scale being like, the scale has no power over me. I'm willpower boss, I'm scale boss. It might fluctuate, it's 2 pounds more today. Or you might be like, you know what? If I know 100% I'm in line with my goals, I'm not gonna leave it to my husband to decide for my goals, whether to bring me home the pizza or the salad, because he's gonna bring me home the pizza and be like, oh, I thought it was our 15% fun night, right? Or whatever. Don't leave it to someone else. You are in control of you. You text that person and say, make sure you bring home the salad tonight. I'm staying on track with my goals. So the number 1 thing is, don't test yourself by setting up tests, even with other people, or setting up physical tests with the scale or your measurements or ways of judging you. So as soon as you recognize in step 1 that somehow I'm setting myself up for a test, I'm opening up, in business sometimes we open up our back office and be like, see, all these people fell off. Now I have the proof that I'm not on track because I wasn't feeling it today. No, it's the same thing, guys. So just be aware that you are testing yourself, and that test is your own self-doubt. So don't weave in other people and what they're doing. Don't weave in any external source to measure you, judge you, or test you for your strength. You are looking in the wrong place. Okay, so once you have that awareness and you're feeling like, oh, I just used something outside me to test my question, which I woke up today feeling, saying, is this working or is this not working? Okay? Awareness. Just that alone can change your entire life. But the next step, once you're aware, that's very simple, is, gosh, I'm already looking for an external source to prove to me that I'm on track or I'm not on track, right? So why don't I'm going to move you to another external source, which is our group, to find some trust. You need to talk yourself into trust. So once you're aware that you're not trusting, the second step is, since you're finding it easier, if you're not finding it inside you, you're not looking down yet and saying, I've got all the trust I need, I've got it all here, you'll eventually be there, but this is the next step. The next step is, gosh, it's way easier to look outside me to find trust right now. So instead of finding it in the scale, I'm gonna talk myself out of trust by looking into the community and seeing the trust in the process of the success stories. Okay, gosh, if this girl could do it, she's just like me. I can do it too. Or wow, this guy did it. He's in way worse conditions than I even have. If he can do it, I can do it too. And you start, or you might even feel a pang of jealousy, being like, wow, that girl, she must have really like fast metabolism genes. But your jealousy, even sometimes when you look outside of you, is to fire off. Instead of feeling jealous, feel the desire. Underneath jealousy is your original desire to your goal. And when you see someone else having it, instead of being like, how come she has it, but I don't? Flip that and start saying, well, if she can do it, I can do it too. That person's in line with my goals. I trust that if that person can, I can. So you start self-talking your way into trust. Okay, so number one, awareness. Number two, you gotta talk yourself into it because now you're conscious of it. You're aware it's happening. That is huge. It's huge. And number three is, just really trust in the process. I always say, trust dissolves the barriers. The barriers that you feel are impossible sometimes. The barriers that you're saying, but. Okay, so you have a really clear goal. I want to lose 20 pounds. But then you say, but, and that's where the test comes in. But when I hop on the scale, I feel like I'm 2 pounds more. But when I do this workout thing, I feel like I'm bulking up. This is where you're thinking like, I've done all these diets before, I've done all these things. This is just me feeling a certain level of self-doubt based on my past, based on all of my feelings of ick maybe that I just woke up with today. So don't go into action. Actually just trust in the process. Say, I'm gonna remove the barriers today by just being aware, because that little 1 degree, okay, 10 things might be going wrong today, but 1 thing might be going right. And when you can do steps 1 and 2, which is, awareness and self-talking yourself out into trust, then you can move into step 3, which is really starting to recognize, gosh, even though those 10 things outside of me, the scale's higher, this is happening, that's happening, I trust in this process. I trust in Laura. I trust in 26,000 plus people in this community. There is something else here. I don't know. I can't see it yet in my own physical evidence, but I know there's something different here. I feel it. I feel it. So I am going to keep going. I'm going to trust in the process. And when 10 things are going wrong, but 1 thing is going right, I'm going to zoom in on that 1 thing. And then I'm going to release those other 10 things, because those were all my self-doubt barriers that were created from yesterday and the day before and the day before. But I got this one thing that happened today. I started feeling good. And this is what happens, guys, during the 21-day reset, because week 1, we gave you all the physical outside tools. Here's your Simple 6 meal plan. Here's a workout. Here's all these external things, and you can open them up. You can look at calendars. You can check things off. You can feel them. But now in week 2, when we are diving into your internal power and strength, your power of will, this is where you only feel it and you don't see it. It is hard. This is where shit gets hard. And I am promising you, trust in yourself. And when you can't, trust in the community. Trust in this process. Trust in the one thing that's going right today, because that is where you will experience every change in your life and what's to come, and you will dig deeper, and sooner or later you will be that powerful source inside you. You won't need any external source to measure or judge you to see that you're on the right track. You will completely erase your self-doubt, and you will fill it up with the trust and belief that you have in yourself, in the love that you have of yourself. And it is a process. It's a process. It is a 1 degree of change. So focus in on that process. Share this broadcast out. Apply it to anything that you're struggling with in life. And just say, ding, ding, ding today, OMG, I was just testing myself. I mustn't be trusting myself. I'm going to talk myself into trust, and then I'm going to trust in the process. Eventually, I will trust in myself. I love you guys so much. This one changed everything for me. It still does today. So thank you for sharing it. Have an amazing day. Trust.